Astro Boy, Sensei, and Me, an introspection on martial arts. Written and narrated by Keith Mosher. Sugar coating. The modern U.S. martial arts school is, in most cases, a nursery. The primary student is the young child, with teenage and adult programs given a back seat if they exist at all. Daycares, after school, even busing systems lead the way. This all goes back to advertising and marketing. It is considered easier to entice children. More importantly, it is viewed as easier to entice their parents with the discipline claims, just like Little League and Pee Wee football. Throw in an after-school program with bus pickup for those busy parents, and you have a sure thing. One of the many claims made by martial arts and sports is giving your child a good foundation. That is important. However, I find teaching young children to punch and kick distressing. A 6-year-old child has only barely developed empathy, the recognition other people experience the same emotions and have their own thoughts and feelings. Wellman and other psychologists call this cognitive empathy, or theory of the mind development. Having children kick and punch toward each other, at an age when they have just begun to grasp how this might affect their partner emotionally, seems disruptive. This is true for most team sports. Use all the flags you want. Kids are still knocked, hit, and smacked on the playing field. Throw in some parental and coach competition pushing, and things get ugly, and incorrect lessons learned. We should not coddle children. Falling is a natural part of learning balance. Intentionally setting up contentious moments goes against the claims of quality these sports and arts are supposed to teach. There are things we can teach young ones. How to fall and roll, balance and gymnastic skills, stranger danger, all are valuable lessons and great foundations for later martial arts skills. Kata and forms can also be taught, and while they may include punches and kicks, they are not directed at a child partner. They are vague ideas. The pattern takes on the structure of dance. Belting systems, systems of reward, can become another contradiction to those quality claims. The idea is dojos help children develop into well-rounded adults by teaching sportsmanship, discipline, respect, cooperation, as mentioned before. One of the qualities of a well-rounded adult is the concept of delayed gratification. Delayed or deferred gratification is the ability to postpone a short-term reward in lieu of a larger gain later on. Children under 5 or 6 do not have a lot of this ability. Many school owners recognize this. The very old world belting system was, quite frankly, none. For a time, certificates were awarded. There is the folklore idea belts were never washed, so over the years they dirtied white to yellow, yellow to brown, and brown to black. A dirty, threadbare belt meant more years in training and thus greater abilities and a larger catalog of techniques. This is probably just folklore. Other than integrity, what prevents someone from rubbing a belt in the mud? In the early 1900s, some standardization took place. Logue Sensei used the color system developed in that period. There were 4 colors: white, green, brown, and black. Color ranks had degrees, 3 for green and brown, and up to 10 for black. It took time to earn a degree, and even more time to earn a color. It feels good to spend a great deal of time on a single goal and then experience its crowning. My brown belt test, after years of work and just months before entering college, might as well have been a new car. Today, invested with the idea young children have little ability to defer gratification, schools use a rainbow of colors for their belt systems: white, yellow, orange, blue, green, purple, red, brown, and more. Even camo is becoming common. Pipes are added for even more divisions, white with yellow pipe, with orange pipe, and so on. 13 or more belts may exist in a 100-plus-year-old system that started with only 4. On top of that, stripes only vaguely reminiscent of degrees are added. In many cases, these do not represent some achievement other than the student having attended classes for a month. Candy. That is all it really is. Like the circus performer popping a doggy treat into the pup's mouth once a trick is complete, the instructor whips out his electrical tape and gives the student an award. It is a McDonald's Happy Meal complete with toy. It is marketing, nothing more. Make the child feel good for having gotten out of bed and followed along as mom and dad dragged them to the school. Make mom and dad feel good because their child accomplished something, though they could not begin to tell you what it was the child did. This may be fine for the 5 or even 6-year-old. What does this teach the 7-year-old, the 10-year-old, or even older student? What about those wonderful qualities the martial arts are supposed to impart on their students? It seems we teach them to expect something for nearly nothing. Good things come to those who wait, but these kids do not have to, not for very long anyway. They do not even need to accomplish, just show up. If you ever needed evidence of a marketing ploy, look at the award system in a modern martial arts school. The valued concept of delayed gratification has been totally abandoned there. Encouragement is good and valuable. There is some value in junior rainbow belts. As training and age progress, so should the system of rewards. It should not stay the same, doled out on a schedule. Most certainly, adult belting systems and patterns should not follow the junior systems. Just as the junior pattern fails to teach delayed gratification, using it with adults erodes it. Interim belt colors should disappear. Stripes should become degrees with requirements attached. The system should change as the practitioner grows, with more gratifying rewards for greater accomplishment. There should be a return to the integrity of the symbolism. Kids' schools are popular. They do make money. Conversely, schools with strong older team programs seem to be on the demise, along with adult martial art programs. Just about the time most high schoolers are considering football, baseball, band, or other extracurricular activities to fulfill an inner desire to be a part of something and find some centering, martial arts would be a good alternative. However, many martial arts schools begin to pull back at this point. If there is an adult program, they plunk the 15-year-old in with the big mature players, even though they are not adults. Many schools simply have no true martial arts program for either of these groups, older teens or adults. The assumption is, around 15 years of age, the child will become more interested in other things, such as members of the opposite sex or college prep, and therefore enticing them into a more advanced and intensified teenage martial arts scheme is too difficult. Meanwhile, high schools step up the quality of football and basketball training, the rigors of the marching band, and the requirements of the debate club, or ROTC. If high schools can entice teens away from various distractions into studies with harder skills and delayed gratification, why not the martial arts school? I began in my teens. Many older folk did, though in my experience that is getting harder for teens to do. Adults are often regulated to gyms or fitness-style programs, fitness kickboxing, Taibo, kickfit, and a host of pseudo-arts that neither teach nor reinforce the quality claims espoused. The martial arts become merely a candy coating on an exercise program. Many believe reaching kids and their parents is easier and makes for a better business proposition. By the time one includes the necessary daycare, bus pickup, movie and pizza night parties, and a host of other kid-geared activities, a child-oriented school becomes quite a handful. Frankly, it does not appear to be so easy after all. It seems if an equal amount of effort and resources were applied to an older teen or adult school, the rewards would be the same as with the youth school. The results are proportional to the effort applied. There simply are too few platforms and outreach. As said earlier, we do have to sell our stuff in order to survive. Without innovation, there will be fewer and fewer students. Without students, an art dies. Conversely, it is possible to kill an art even with hundreds of students.